Right, I'm here today because a home inspector in the area wrote a report and called out a couple of things here that the realtor didn't think was accurate. So I'm here to do a reinspection. And unfortunately, the realtor is right. You can see right up here. This was called out as being mold or a mold-like substance. Unfortunately, that actually isn't mold. It was common back in the days. They would actually use this lumber to pour their concrete forms, and then they would actually reuse that lumber. You see it a lot in joists, rafters, and floor planks. And that right there is actually either plaster from when they plastered the home, or it's from when they poured concrete and they used it as forms. So that's not mold. It's just a Portland cement product. And you can tell by just the pattern of that. Now, one of the things that we're trained to look for is called solid strand aluminum wiring. And the older aluminum wiring, the solid strand, can be dangerous, but look at this. This was called out as being solid strand aluminum right there. The problem is that's also a cloth jacketed wiring, and they didn't actually make solid strand aluminum with cloth jacketing. What they used to do was called tinned copper. They used to actually tin the ends of those copper connections so they wouldn't corrode or oxidize. And you can actually confirm that by scraping the connection right here. I don't recommend doing that unless you're qualified to do so, but if you look right there, you will see the copper wiring and the copper color showing right through. Now, before you go jumping all over me, I'm using these insulated screwdrivers, and I used a flat tip just to scrape it a little bit. But I actually know that's not solid strand aluminum. That is tinned copper. So in both instances, the realtor was right, and the previous home inspector called out two things that were not accurate. Right, here's the even crazier part. He called out that as a mold-like substance on the floor structure, but he didn't call this out. I was coming through the basement. I noticed that we had moisture intrusion down here on the bottom, so I was going over the walls very carefully. We did find mold down here. And that wasn't in the report. It sucks when I have to write reports to refute other home inspectors, and that's a big bunch of nope.